What's up? It's your boy Big G, back at it again, coming at you with yet another story about my time and my experience as a Rikers Island correction officer. Before I get started, y'all already know what it is. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in, everybody that's walking with me through this journey, everybody who's taking something and getting something from these stories. The main purpose is I want people to take heed and not go to jail. I know things happen beyond our control. You could just be minding your business. Somebody test you, somebody put you in the wrong spot, or we make a wrong decision or whatever, and we end up in prison. You know, me, I was ass backwards. I was a correction officer. I made my mistakes. I ended up in prison. So this is why I got this uniform, to let you know from both sides of the law, you know, or both sides of the situation about prison, and try to deter anyone, young, old, male, female. Do not go to prison. That's not where you want to be. I know it sounds corny, but I'm going to keep on preaching it throughout my channels and my stories. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the bell, share, tell a friend. Your boy Big G, the CEO, is on here telling the stories, giving you an inside view. Corruption Officer, the book, is available on Amazon. Everything you wanted to know about being a CEO and more, but we're afraid to ask. So I'm going to get into it. We all know and seen movies about the gang culture that goes on in jail, period. You know, I'm just going to give you a brief update. Not update, I'm just like, if you didn't know. Here in New York, back in the day, first of all, let me put this disclaimer. I don't belong, don't affiliate, don't know anything except what I experienced, about what somebody told me and what I saw about any gang culture. Hispanic, Black, Puerto Rican, this, that, whatever. You know, I'm not affiliated, I don't know, and I'm not condoning, I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you a story about what I experienced. Now, back in the day, the Hispanics kind of ran Rikers Island, right? And they used to call the Hispanics Germans for some reason. I don't know, but that's what they used to call them on Rikers Island. And the Germans, they would say the Germans ran Rikers Island. If you was Black or West Indian or whatever, you come in there, listen, they taking your sneakers, they loped up from cell block to cell block, the Nietas, the Latin Kings, or any other Spanish Hispanic gang was running Rikers Island. So what I heard was that the Bloods and the Crips was thick in LA, only at the time. For what I heard was certain individuals got together because they got tired of being robbed for their belongings and beat up and slashed and stuff for their belongings. And that's how the Bloods was formed on Rikers Island. Somebody could get in the comments. You can correct me if I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying, and give us the real update. This is what I heard. This is what I experienced. This is what I saw, right? So now you have Bloods. Now up to date, you got Bloods and Crips on Rikers Island, along with the other gangs as well. So one particular day, I'm escorting a known head Blood gang member. He had an appointment with the clinic. So I'm escorting him down the corridor, and it's just me and him. So I'm walking, and I'm escorting him down the corridor to the clinic. And coming our way is about 12 or 13, maybe even 15 inmates coming this way. There's a correction officer in the front of the line and a correction officer behind the line. So I ain't thinking nothing of it because it's 3 CLs there, and I'm not worried. But had I known what I found out later on, of course, so we walking toward them, and they're passing us. So all I heard one of the inmates yell out is "earthquake." And at the time he yelled out "earthquake," all 15 of them inmates ran across the hall, started beating up the Blood leader that I was escorting. So I'm fighting them, getting them off. It's only 3 officers and it's 15 officers, 15 inmates, and they pounding this dude out, beating him up because he was Blood. He fighting, doing what he doing. We hit the button, more officers come, it's a scuffle, you know. He got slashed and everything. So as per procedure, after we broke it up, everything, okay, All of them gonna catch more charges. I don't know why they do it, because if you was in jail for just a little 18-month bid or whatever the case may be, or a year bid or something like that, or you going up north for maybe 1.5 to 3 or something like that, now you catching an assault charge. Not only is it an assault charge, it's a gang assault charge, which can be like 10 to 15 years. 10 to 15 years. Gang assault. That's what all of those individuals are going to be charged with. So now your little 18 months don't turn into at least 6, 7 years in there. Your choice. So now he goes to the clinic, get him passed up. You know, they got to lift their shirt, because sometimes you can get poked, and the poke hole could be so fine, so small, you won't even know it, and your ears, your lungs or liver or whatever they poke will be bleeding right out. So they got to carefully look you over to make sure that the inmate, ain't get, that none, he ain't got no internal bleeding. I think that's what it is. So now, boom. So now, days go by, right? And from what I'm hearing, the head blood must have had something or relationship or something with the female in the housing area that he came from. Because days went by, and I went to go work his housing area. He's away in the hospital, so I went to go work his housing area full of bloods, right? So I'm working, I know them, I'm chilling, nothing going on too crazy, people working out and everything, they eating their chipper rolls, it's a peaceful day. I go to lunch. When I come back, I see an inmate by the name of Panama inside the blood house. Now I know Panama is a known crip, straight up. Bang his set, all that, right? And never signed into protective custody, right? So I'm looking like, how he get in here? So Panama is standing against the wall in there, and he has his belongings. He has yet to go take his cell. So I said, yo, you know what? This is bad juju. I know it is. So I'm watching everything closely. So I see Panama finally go to his cell. He comes back, he got his shirt off. When he take his shirt off, he got all his crip tattoos and everything showing. See, you can hear a pin drop in the day room. The day room is over to the side where all the inmates play their cards, watch the game, watch TV, or whatever, they get their coffee or whatever, right? So he comes back, and I see him take the phone, one of the phones, disconnected, and put it in his back pocket. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a sign of somebody trying to take over the housing area. Somebody trying to challenge whoever's running the housing area. The phone, if you don't know, will get you killed. That is the inmate's only lifeline to their family, their girl, their kids, their lawyer. You go in there without the guards regulating. You can have a blood phone or everybody else. Or you can have a gang phone, which prospective gang people respect each other, but only gang members can use that phone. Everybody else get slot time and use the other phone. Sometimes you got to fight for slot time. You got to pay somebody to use the phone. Sometimes you have a black phone and you have a Hispanic phone. Now, of course, me as the CEO, listen, it ain't no this, that phone, it's my phone. You know what I'm saying? But that only goes but so far. They sit there and chuckle, yeah, you got it, CEO. But let me get your ass beat. When I say that, let me say, nah, inmate Rodriguez is going to use this phone right here that they designated was the black phone. Rodriguez is not going to touch that phone, because Hayward is only going to be here from 7 o'clock to 3 o'clock. When he leave, the other officers that come on ain't going to know about it, and the black inmate's going to know that you touched that phone. We don't care what the CEO said. You know how we giving it up. So there's been times where I would say that, and the Spanish people will not use the black phone, and the black people would not use the Spanish phone. That's on the inmates. They have their own structure. No matter what New York City says, no matter what DOC says, no matter what we tried to control. So now he done took the phone and walked to the back. I knew it was going to be a problem. So immediately I was the B officer, I told the A officer, it's going down. So I pressed the button for assistance, right? You don't know how big these jails are. When you press the button for assistance, officers got to stop what they're doing, or available officers that are not assigned to a post, got to stop what they're doing and drop and come run and put helmets and gears on and stab-proof vest on and all kind of equipment on to run down the savior behind. That's why they tell you, you got to know enough, do enough, male and female, to keep them off you. If you're being attacked, hold your own, fight, scratch, do whatever you, pick up a phone, bust them upside the head, do what you got to do. So I immediately pressed the button because what I saw him do was throw a banger. He had a shank. He threw it down on the floor. That's indicating is anybody want this phone, pick up that shank, and I'm challenging you, come to my cell to get the receiver. If nobody picks up that shank and go back there to challenge him, then he runs the house now. That's how that go. So I seen 5, 6 bloods come out the day room, the shank disappeared off the floor. I, for one, am not Superman. I, for one, said to myself, sometimes these things be a decoy. They'll start a scuffle knowing that you're going to come running down there. And when you come running down there, they bang you out, CO. And this is stuff that they teach you in the academy on protecting yourself. So it ain't everything ain't always what it seems, but I knew this was it because I knew this was a blood house. And I knew he was a crip. He ain't dropping his flag. He's standing for his set. He claiming it. And anybody, whether you're a gang member or not, you take that phone off that jack, you got problems. You asking for it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just that guy. You that guy. So now, 5 or 6 bloods run down to the back. I hear sneaking, squeaking, and all that. And I run in there. A couple of them was cool with me, so they was wrestling me. They wasn't really hitting me, you know, but guess what? You're still going to catch this charge if that man don't make it. If that man don't make it. What it was the blood that got jumped when they yelled earthquake in the hallway. Word got back, the female that ran the crip house sent Panama to the blood house on the strength of this head blood gang member. You know what I'm saying? Can't prove it. Inmates talking, but I still want to know how he ended up in there. We had my partner was a new officer that I mean, sometimes you got to know things. You just as an officer, if you've been here a while, as experience, you got to know things. He not coming in here. You know about inmates, so they wrote him in, put him in, buzzed him in, and him not backing down. Now I'm back there trying to get to him. I told her, don't come on this floor, because if you come on the floor, then they got me and they got you and they got the keys. And now they got keys to get out and you know, do whatever they want to do. So I'm in there. My adrenaline is running. I know I'm a big dude, but I can get it too. I know that. So I'm tussling with some of them, and he getting it in. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not taking nothing away from either prospective gang. I looked at Panama and he was giving them a workout. They were stomping. He was on the floor. He was running. He was getting up. He was swinging. This and that. They couldn't keep him on the ground. They had him against the wall. A couple of them was getting some good shots in there. He was just swinging wild and blindly and everything. And then one of them took in the shank. Bam. Hit him in his back. He kept on fighting. Kept on fighting. I seen him pull the shank out his back and then start swinging while he started giving it to them. It got crazy. By this time, the probe team, Orange Crush, whatever you want to call it, ESU, came running in, smacking, grabbing, handcuffing, flex cuffing, hitting, punching, and Panama was still back there swinging even after they got the bloods up off him, right? So he was swinging, face swollen, blood coming down. He's swinging. He didn't care who it was, officer or inmate. He's fighting for his life back there. And they finally got him down on the ground. And I had to tell him, listen, I saw him. They poked him. He'd been stabbed. So they got him down on the ground. hogtied. All of them lined up all in all, about 10 of them inmates lined up hogtied, including the 3 that was wrestling with me. They really didn't try to swing on me. I guess they have respect for me, or whatever the case you want to call it. Their job was to keep me from getting back there, to helping him and stopping them from doing what they was doing to him. So now, he just like the blood, we got to take him to the clinic, see if he's going out because he got stabbed. But the routine would take him to the clinic, then the clinic decides if they if they go to the hospital outside the jail. When the smoke clear, rumors, all the stuff that goes down, like why was he in the house there, who authorized him to get transferred over there, because if you don't come out and say you're a gang member, they got something called gang intelligence. Word get around, they come, they take your shirt off, they identify you, they take pictures of your tattoos and stuff like that. So it all started from that day that the inmates, the Crips, jumped the blood, yelled earthquake, and they took the Crip and put him in the blood house. I'm just saying, listen, gang culture is going to be what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, Big G. You got to be careful in there. You got to make the right decisions for whatever gang you're going to be affiliated with, whatever you're going to do. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of things that go down as far as the hierarchy and the rank structure inside housing areas. But if you see somebody, if you're an inmate or officer, and you see somebody take that phone off that jack, press the button. Because one or two things gonna happen. Nobody gonna step up and he gonna start running the house, or somebody gonna step up that been running that house and it's gonna be a melee, it's gonna be a riot, it's gonna be problems. That phone will get you killed in Rikers Island. It's your boy, Big G. I got more stories coming. Stay tuned, all right? Walk with me.